Welcome to News from Bill. I mean bed, obviously, but listen, we had our first day of real technical difficulties, but luckily Bill sorted them out.
And I'm James Donlan.
And this is News from Bed. Welcome to News from Bed.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Very excited to be here on this 4th of July,
Hey,
right?
happy 4th, everyone.
And
hope you guys are backing up.
Yeah, hope you guys are backing up. If there's fireworks, that was not a very good way to start this, but let's start this with a little video, okay?
Bag up, bag up. Bag up, Terry.
Bag
Put
up,
it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord. Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh,
Come on,
Jesus.
Terry.
What you doing, Terry?
He wants to be that close. He wants to die.
What?
He wants it, dude. He wants to get going. Terry's ready.
Let's give it up for Terry.
Terry. Everybody's favorite guy, Terry. Maybe he just got in the chair. You know, he doesn't know how it works yet.
Yeah, exactly.
He just keeps hitting the vibrate on ass button.
Yeah.
Trying to back it up while fireworks are exploding. Did I ever tell you my story about firework exploding in my hand?
No, what are you, Jason Pierre-Paul?
Yeah. That's the football player that had a firework explode in his hand. Was he a buck?
He was a giant, I know, when that happened.
And now he's a little smaller
Yeah.
because his beanstalk got chopped by
Chopped.
a firework. No, I was at a college party, very drunk.
A dry party?
No, I was at a college party, very drunk. And we were setting off, the Roman candle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had it, and they just had like this box of all these fireworks. John was there. It was at John's apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a bunch of us. Girl I really liked was there.
Oh, okay.
Soup's cute was there, and set off a firework. Didn't shoot off. Actually, exploded out backwards all over my hand. Had cuts all over my hand. Couldn't hear out of my right ear for a week.
No way. Was it like... were you holding it the wrong way?
It was like a bottle rocket, and I thought it was a Roman candle or something, so it kind of just exploded in my hand. I wasn't holding it the wrong way. I wasn't holding it at the tip where it would explode. I was holding the thing, but it was one that like sparks out below and kind of pops out below instead of shooting stuff off. And they had all been doing Roman candles, and I was like, "What's this?" And
Okay, so you were kind of the Seamus Finnegan of your friend group.
who's Seamus Finnegan?
From Harry Potter, the guy who would always like explode the potions.
Oh yeah, I have a bit of a Seamus Finnegan.
Like if you had a wand, you might hold it the wrong way and
like
accidentally
Ron.
turn yourself into a
definitely my
potted
wand was
plant.
broken in the middle. Yeah, I'm full potted plant now. No. I just remember like the girl took me in the bathroom. She's like, "You're gonna be okay," and I was like, "Please kiss me." Please kiss my
Make it feel better.
Can you kiss my boo-boo?
Bill, are you a fireworks guy?
No.
Okay.
All right. Why not? Do they not have them over there where you're from?
They don't really have them where I'm from.
All right.
Okay.
Where
are you from,
Yeah.
Bill?
What does that mean?
I'm from a little land out west called Africa.
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 EFRIKA.
Is that how you spell it?
Maybe.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Vague
Thank
as
you,
always.
Bill. Thank you, Bill.
Bill Ding. Ladies and gentlemen,
Bill Ding. You know what's
Really-
crazy is like,
really don't like that guy.
yeah, I know you don't like him. Why is it that you like? What is it about? Is it because I'm adding more to the show and
Well,
now?
he didn't ask me. Now he's here.
Yeah.
He's listening to this conversation. Would prefer not to be having this in front of him, but
Mm-hmm.
did say don't like him in front of him. But he's just I don't know how much he's adding. He kind of just imposed himself on the podcast. It's like,
He did kind of just arrive.
You know what you could have done? You could be like, "Hey James, I got a new producer. It's a horse," and
Yeah.
it would have been the same quality because you do all the sound effects, you set up all the equipment. And
Yeah.
he's just like over there, and then sometimes he talks.
Yeah, I thought he was going to like give me a bit or something, and I'm
Yeah.
paying him like a pretty good amount,
Yeah,
right?
He's giving
Bill?
you a bit of debt.
Yeah, Bill, how much do I pay you per hour, would you say?
25.
I pay him
Dollars?
$25 an hour, yeah.
Really?
And in Africa, that's like $100 million.
I know. He's got mansions in Africa.
Yeah, you could have like a party like they did in when they in Lion King 1.5, where they have all of those bugs.
Right.
You could have all the bugs in Africa for that kind of money.
Remember that when Raven Simone sang the "Can you dig it, baby? I can dig it, you can dig it, I can dig it, I can dig it, we can dig it. Oh, let's dig." That was Raven Simone. Well, I think it's like a song, but I think she did some sort of song for Lion King 1.5.
That was a great.
I hope
movie.
it was Raven Simone, or it was a black lady.
It could have been
Africa.
African
American.
African American.
I would appreciate it if you didn't speak about my people like that.
Whatever, dude. You're made of felt. Nobody cares. Your skin is felt.
Yeah, and I've felt the inside of your colon. So
Ooh,
how about
you're
that,
having
Bill?
Sex with Bill Ding owner?
Yeah, Bill. What do you think about that?
No.
Not a
Okay,
fan.
Bill. Yeah.
Mr. Ding getting his bell dong. I'll tell you that. Mr. Ding.
Yeah,
Welcome
today
to News
is
from Bed,
welcome to
ladies.
News from Bed. Today is the 4th of July.
Yes.
Today is the day that we got independence from the Native Americans. We stole our land.
Stole it.
Sometimes,
Stolen land.
I don't like when people say that like black people are the only people that steal. Because people say that. They're like, black people steal. White people steal. We just steal more valuable goods.
Hey, black people, think bigger. You see a radio, you steal it? What about a continent?
What about the entire block?
Hey, you want to steal a stereo out of a vehicle? Why not just steal the car?
James.
I think, this is
I love that black people and like Korean people don't get along.
Yeah, why do they not get like
Well,
all
because
they
in
need
LA
is...
in like the 90s, a Korean lady shot a black little girl in the face for no reason.
Really?
Yeah, and then there was a big riot, and they were like, "No, I think she got off."
Did she like shoot a blow dart?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's your receipt.
Can we move on, please?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sure, Bill.
Whatever,
we can
dude.
move on.
Yeah, I don't mind doing racist accents in the first 15. Welcome to News from Bed, Bill. You don't know what you're fucking doing.
Yeah, Bill, you got to step up, honestly,
Step up or step out.
because we have a big episode today. We have this grand plan, almost like a grand piano, as in there's many little keys that we're going to
You could say
tinkle.
this is the final solution.
You could say that. But this is one of the solutions to a problem that will arise in hopefully both of our futures is, James,
Definitely mine.
we are going to have to one day plan a wedding. And I don't listen.
Is that your sister? Wedding?
Yeah, is that your sister? Fucking Bill.
Fucking Bill.
So
Felt ass.
I took the honor of
The honor.
the honor of planning your wedding for you. Because listen, I
You
know
planned my wedding.
I planned your wedding because I know it's going to be a really stressful time
Bill,
for
you
you.
married?
Maybe.
All right.
Okay,
what are
Bill.
you just keeping your options open? You scallywag.
Yes.
Okay, well, he's a little bit of a schmooze.
Schmooze. Hey, young Bill, the schmooze. I don't know how he got in that position. Let me tell you. How you enjoying that on? That citrus flavored on?
I think it's not citrus, actually.
I don't think I have the citrus one.
Oh, really?
So which one of us has the citrus?
I can't
Can I
taste
be honest?
anything.
Realizing right now, they're
You-
both not flavored. I held out two.
Yeah.
I held out two of the little packets for nicotine in my hand, and I was like, "You want to play a little roulette?" And I was like, "One of them citrus, one of them regular," and just realized I pulled them from the same container.
Yeah, you kind of princess brided me in a way where
Yeah.
you've been building up this tolerance to on. James Don Lon, the
Building.
on Coruscant.
Oh, really? Coruscant. You ever played Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Battlefront.
Battlefront. I loved when you would play Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation, and it would be like Kashyyyk, Coruscant, Hoth. Like they would
Yeah,
say the
yes.
names.
Yeah. I always
I love when a
loved
robot says a
Kashyyyk.
name. Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk.
In Battlefront 2?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
sick
dude.
because you were up in like the tower.
I would be a
things.
sniper, and I
Mhm.
realized like that's how I love to play games. Like whenever I play games, like I love being able to like be in the distance and just
Just pick people off.
beat
You
my
know,
own guys.
you know what we should play sometime?
Paddy whack.
How do you even do that? I don't have a dog to give a bone. I think we should play
Racist check.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Let's go to Loot Lake.
What do you think about Twisted Tower? That would
Fortnite.
be pretty cool. Bill, you play Fortnite?
Maybe.
All right, Bill. Answer a question.
Bill.
God damn it. It's the 4th of July.
We know nothing about you. The only thing I know about you is your W-2 because you always demand that I pay you like on time. James over here doesn't get paid anything. So I hope you keep that in mind. And he brings a lot more to the table than just some guy in the corner of my room.
Yes.
At least you agree.
Thank you, Bill. So you're planning my wedding.
James, I'm planning.
I can't wait to get married one day. I hope I meet the right girl, you know?
Yeah, I really hope you do too.
Oh, dude, I hope she's out there.
Well, what do you think about this little font? And, I mean, this is the one thing I don't
James's
like.
wedding. First of all, Paddy, when you make James possessive, you don't need the second S. So, and I only say that because I spell so bad all the time. You just put apostrophe. And you know what? It bothered me my whole life.
It bothered me right now.
Like if
Just
you just
looking
take out
at
the
it.
other S, that's just how you do it. Why?
What if we put, instead of the apostrophe, we just put another E? So it's James says. James says, I'm gonna get married to a little lady.
Is this a real song?
Yeah, Jane says.
Oh, I don't know this song.
That's Jane's Addiction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're called Jane's Addiction, and they have a song called Jane Says. It's like, yeah, I know what Jane says.
Addicted.
I know what Jane says. Pass me the need. Because I
got a squirt.
I got a squirt right now.
Let me squirt that heroin into my veins.
This is the perfect wedding as planned by the Pad, which is also my name that I'm now going to refer to myself
Yeah, I
as.
call you the Bachelor Pad.
Yeah.
Wait, can you do the effect? Ladies and gentlemen.
The Bachelor Pad.
Not worth it. Sorry.
It only comes through me.
Paddy, it's dark in here. Paddy, why are we in the sewers?
Take this candle.
Okay.
Find your way to the edge of the forest.
Okay.
There, you will see 3 stone men
You're speaking so loud.
full
Of cum.
of penis.
Paddy said to find you guys. I made it out of the sewers, and now you guys are all full of cum.
Do you think you guys could just get to the bit already?
Shut up, Bill.
Bill, shut the fuck up.
This podcast was almost called Digressions.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean? What is a digression?
It's like a tangent.
Oh.
I digress.
I digress. I always thought it was I digest.
You'd be wrong.
Okay.
You digest just, jelly beans and mini chocolate bars.
I don't eat jelly beans and mini chocolate
Yeah,
bars.
you're
I'll
like,
tell you what I...
James, when you come over, can you pick up a 24-pack of York peppermint patty?
Those are pretty good.
Those are pretty good. Patty doesn't brush his teeth. He just eats a York peppermint patty.
I will say yesterday I made chocolate chip cookies and I ate every single one of them.
Oh, I was going to say, where's mine?
We could make more. I bought 2 tubes of cookie dough because I was
Did you bake them?
sad.
I was sad.
I baked one of them, so I got another tube ready to rip. Maybe we'll have some Patreon cookies and hot dogs for the 4th of July. Here's the thing is, I already saw that today you ate 3 hot dogs.
Okay. It's the 4th of July.
And you put like baked beans on them
I
and
didn't
stuff.
put baked beans on the hot
What
dog.
did you put on those dogs, James?
Sauerkraut and mustard.
I thought you had a big pile of booties.
There was a big pile of beans next to the hot dogs. Wouldn't say it's on them till it hits my tum-tum.
You didn't dunk at all?
Didn't dunk. Well, I did dunk. James. All right, show me my goddamn wedding.
Yeah,
you
let's go to
pervert.
James's wedding here. Okay,
Ride
James's
and
wedding
rocket.
as planned by the Pad. Here we go. First of all, James, what's the first thing you got to think of for a wedding? Oh, wait. The saying. That's right. I forgot that it was the saying.
Oh, every wedding needs a saying.
You need like a thing, like a thing that you put on the card and like a little catchphrase.
Yeah, how about this? we're getting married.
That's a good one.
How about come to my wedding? What do you need a saying? It's not like a rock band. Or
Well,
like
the thing
a
is,
movie.
James, you're creating a memory for your life.
How about James and Kendra? You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's pretty good. But I think it should be never forget.
Never forget what? Hashtag never forget. Nobody uses hashtag anymore.
Well, people will use it at your wedding, so that way, when you want to see all the photos and memories of your wedding, you search hashtag never forget.
And I'm sure I'll find lots of pictures of my wedding.
Correct.
Yeah. And of course, I'll be getting married in the month of
September.
Let's just say about 10 to 12 days in.
Well, so now you have your saying, you have your thing.
Never forget.
Gotta pick a venue, James.
I love how limited you were by your border. You're like, well, there's a diagonal line I can put the text in.
I tried to make this look professional. I'm not good at like making PowerPoints look professional, but I make them feel incredible.
Okay.
So anyway, James.
Like, oh, it's not math. I can't do it.
Exactly.
You ever have to do a presentation at work?
No.
You're like, this is 2 + 2 = 4. There's no math, guys. Sorry, keep going.
Here's the ideal venue for your wedding, James.
All right, let's see.
In the heart of New York City.
Oh, great. Can't wait to go
One
back.
of the most famous places in the history of the world, and also relevant to this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, James will be married at Dangerfields. It came back just in time, dude.
All right.
What's the matter with this?
Never been there.
Yeah, but that's you. Have you ever been to?
I've actually walked by it a lot. I used to live right near it.
Can you believe?
When I first moved to New York, I lived it, and we would walk by, and my friend would be like, "Yeah, it used to be a comedy club. Now it's just nothing.
Full of a bunch of colorful ghosts."
Ooh.
I think.
You might think I'm a ghost, but I'm actually just transparent, slightly off-white Rodney Dangerfield.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that's where you get married.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay.
You could get a good price there.
I'm sure my girlfriend would love to return to a city we both don't like to get married in a club she's never been to.
Yeah, well, that's.
Hey, Mom, why don't you fly to New York City? Hey, aunts and uncles, come to New York City.
So you think you're not going to get? You think you're going to get married in Florida?
Why would I get married in New York City? I only care about 4 guys there.
Yeah, but those are the most important guys.
All right. I'm
Anyway.
down. I'm into the vision.
Okay, that's the venue.
Hashtag never forget in my New York City wedding at Dangerfields, which is now called Rodney's.
I also just took that out and realized it was citrus.
Sorry. They taste like Fruit Loops. And they burn more than the Zen, huh?
James, what's almost as important as the venue? Take one guess.
Oh, the bitches?
The bitches. It's actually the aesthetic because
The ass.
you're
athletics.
creating a memory. You don't want to have this boring kind of like just bland wearing a tuxedo.
Oh, yeah,
I think the most ideal
yeah.
aesthetic for you would be death. So here's your wife on the left.
Why?
You
So
can
I'm Frankenstein?
you can put all of the boob makeup on. I'll let you do that.
Is that Angelina Jolie?
It is.
Why is she wearing that?
I don't know if this was real or not, but she fits the aesthetic perfectly, so I put her in there.
All right.
And then you're over here on the right because
a skeleton man?
you're a skeleton. Because you've got to lose a lot of weight for your wedding. You know how people lose weight for their wedding?
Yeah, for sure. I'm
And-
going to lose all weight. About to lose all my weight.
Yeah. Because that's like, I think your wife, your bride-to-be, would be very thrilled if you showed up to the wedding looking that trim.
Right. She'd be like, you look great.
Yeah. Now put those bony hands on my breasts
On my accentuated breasts.
and rub that brown makeup in, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's your aesthetic. You're
Great. So
dead in New York, never forget. This is already turning into an incredible
just kind of
wedding.
feels like a 9/11 themed wedding.
It's not a 9/11 themed wedding. I know it's heading that direction, but unlike the planes that were heading toward the tower, we're going to make a left turn here, okay? Because what's next, James? Your caterer. This has almost nothing to do with 9/11.
Almost. The Firefighters Breakfast Union.
And this is going to be a little surprise to you because, James, the caterer of your wedding is going to be me.
Wow. So we're gonna have hot dogs and chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. I'm going to do a Buc-ee's themed wedding cake.
Why am I gonna get married so far in the future? You look like that.
Because
Like, I don't think
That's
this is my
not-
second wedding.
it's not that far in the future.
You're on your way.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
think
losing your hair, are you?
no, but I'm going to shave it all off in a manic episode
Oh, great.
when I lose a Mario Kart race.
Can't wait. You already destroyed half of your apartment after you lost a race.
That's right. I almost broke my Nintendo Switch too.
I almost broke my Switch
I literally
because I threw it because I lost his Princess Baby Peach.
I literally threw it at my couch and it landed and I was like, why did I do that? So I stopped playing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the only thing that's keeping me going.
But here's the deal is I'll give you a
Are you gonna do that with your
deal.
baby? If you ever have a baby.
Throw my baby?
Yeah, your couch.
I that's the safest place to throw a baby, better than in a pit of alligators.
Oh yeah. You know what would make babies a lot more fun? If they had Mario Kart World on them. And you could just
And
kinda
you could just play it like on
back.
their stomach, like a Teletubby.
Yeah, like and you're just moving your babies.
Yeah, it's motion control.
Damn it.
I've got tilt control. Imagine just duct taping a remote to the baby, and then you just steer the baby.
You're flipping it for no reason. You're just driving in circles.
That's a good way to
What
have.
are you gonna make at my wedding, you fucking jabroni? What is that?
I can make a hell of a chicken parm. I can make a hell of an eggplant parm.
So mostly parm based.
No, it's a parm-based wedding.
Okay. Hashtag never forget. Welcome to my parm wedding.
My 500-pound parm wedding. All
Okay,
right.
My 1,000-pound parm wedding.
This is where it gets really fun. The master of ceremonies, you kind of alluded to this earlier, which is crazy. Wedding owner. So Bill actually has a brother named Wed, right, Bill?
Yes.
And I think he would be the perfect guy. Look at him. He's ready to go.
So much younger than you, Bill.
He's a lot younger.
Looks great. You
Yeah.
look like dog shit.
You do look really
Can
bad.
you put the effect on real quick? Hey, Bill, you look like dog shit. It's picking up mine. I'm in it. Let me do it.
Just can you get a better one into my mic? Okay. Say, Bill, you're looking
Hey,
like...
Bill, you look like dog shit.
That felt pretty good, right?
Yes.
So there's wedding owner. He's going to be the master of ceremonies. He's going to be the one that says, like, can you take out the ring? Do you have any vows? Can you kiss the
Oh,
bride?
that's not the MC. That's the guy that does the wedding.
Right. Oh, so the MC
The
is...
MC is the DJ.
Right. Okay.
You're
well,
talking about the guy that does the ceremony.
yeah, the master of the ceremony.
You don't really know what that means. It's okay.
Well, it's interesting you say DJ because the DJ of the wedding is very important also.
Is it DJ Tanner from Full House?
I wish it was. Instead, we got to go a little cheaper. We got to dancing owner.
What is this his nephew or something?
That's his cousin.
All right, man. I don't want
And what's the problem? You think I'm not good enough for your wedding?
it's not you. It's just I just met you and now your whole family's doing my wedding.
Is involved.
Yeah,
But they're cheap. They don't cost a lot. They're $25 an hour
They're all 25 an hour.
for whatever you want them to do.
What are you guys, Honduran guys? What are you guys putting a patio on my house and you're Honduran?
Well, Patio is going to keep going ahead here in his presentation.
Keep
but
going.
This is why you want Dan Sing owner because
What
he's going to
songs?
play, first of all,
All my favorite songs.
all of the Legend of Zelda orchestral versions.
Yeah, of course. My favorite music.
It's your
famously.
favorite.
Yeah.
You famously love this. You listen to
Famously
it in your
love,
free time.
know so much about video games, love them, and definitely love orchestral versions of Legends of Zelda.
Correct.
Can't wait for my friends and family to boogie down to Legends of Zelda music.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Well, that sounds wild, but imagine this paired with the Baha Men. I mean, that's kind of encompassing every possible outcome of music you'd want at a wedding.
Of course. It's
And
the
you
full
have-
spectrum there.
No objection, right?
I guess no one better object at my wedding.
Then we'll proceed. The groomsmen. I'm sure, James, you've thought a lot about this.
Yeah, I've been thinking long and hard about who's going to be there.
Yeah. Well, I got long and hard just looking at the cast of people that are going to be at your wedding because I think I've narrowed it down to exactly the groomsmen that you will be having. at your wedding.
Great.
Are you ready?
Say more words there.
And here we go.
Great.
So,
Okay. So
if
we
you
cut
notice,
some guys.
I cut a few guys out from the people that were invited to your new house. Matt Rife, John Mulaney, and that other guy, you're not invited.
Oh.
But Bill Clinton, Kermit, Aditya, Caleb, John, and me, I included myself in there,
Just a little
are
bit,
all
though.
going to be your groomsmen.
Great.
Now,
Yay.
you don't have, who else would you have here?
Not a single soul. I think you hit them all.
I think I got them all.
Bill
right?
lives in New York, so he'll not have to travel too far.
He'll be there. Kermit just gets on a big bus full of Muppets and he'll
Yeah.
arrive.
He'll just scoot on over there, and the rest of all those guys live in the tri-state area, of course, famously.
Yeah, so you'll
Yeah, I
that
can't
looks
wait.
pretty good, right?
So you'll just fly up with me, and then we'll just meet, and probably Bill or Kermit will pick us up in that bus from the airport.
Yeah.
And we'll head right to the wedding.
yeah,
John, of course, lives in a shoe in the woods,
that's right.
so he'll just wander out of that and walk.
So he just needs a giant to step into that shoe
and walk to
north.
New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's your groomsmen.
Hitch
You
a ride
need-
on a giant's foot.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a ton about Kendra's friends.
Right.
So I had to
right,
take
right.
a few liberties here to
Okay.
pick her bridesmaids, but I thought what pairs best with those groomsmen is the cast of Fraggle Rock.
Right. That's what all of Kendra's friends actually look like.
Exactly. And you could see Bill walking up, or not Bill, John walking up. Bill, you wouldn't go to this wedding, right?
Maybe.
But
Well, it
if
seems like partly his
Yeah.
family is there.
your
so
most
I'd
of
be
your
surprised.
family is there, are you not going to go because of that?
Any women in your family, Bill?
Yes.
How many women? Thank you, Bill. Thanks,
you,
Bill.
Great. Really
So there's your bridesmaids.
can't wait.
All right, we're getting
So-
to the end of this here.
So it's like a lot of felt at this wedding.
it's a lot of puppetry going on at this wedding, but what is a marriage
so
other
I'm
than
a skeleton. First of all, you're cooking all the food.
Yep.
So you're taking a break real quick to do the ceremony from cooking 11 different kinds of parms.
Right. Well, I just have to keep them on the sternos.
Yeah,
I'm cooking them weeks before, and I'm just going to have them on a sterno for about a week and a half.
Stop saying sterno. Stop saying sterno.
You don't like
Well,
sterno?
you just keep saying it like it's a word people know.
What about Howard Sterno?
Oh, yeah. And he's
Like,
just gonna-
Robin, I'm warm. Robin, my chair is hot. Is there a flame underneath?
You crazy?
Yeah, what are you, a bunch of green beans?
What's you a sheet pan of ravioli?
I'm excited for your wedding, mostly for this. I've decided
Your
who my
date?
date is.
This
yeah.
is part of your pitch, is
This
who you're bringing.
Yes, because if I'm going to be such a focal point of this wedding,
Yeah.
I need to
As
have
decided by you.
exactly. I need to have a woman that carries the
Oh,
same
woman.
presence.
Okay, that's good. That's a start.
So I
That's a
thought
start.
none other than Christiana Jackson would be
What is she holding?
my date. I don't.
All right.
I,
All right, buddy.
I don't know.
All right. She would absolutely go with you as your date.
You think so?
I feel like she really
I
would.
feel like she would. You know what I would love to do is just bury my face and her tits and just
Bury
go.
your whole body, too, man. I think your whole fucking body could fit
I'd love to
there.
bury my face in her tits and go, is anybody home?
Hello.
Hello?
Wow, there's one of every kind of race of man in here.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, Patty, check this out. Wow. Oh, he didn't do it. Wow. It's doing it on mine. It's doing it on my mic. Get her out of here. Get out of here.
Okay.
I don't want to implicate this poor woman.
Okay. Lastly, James.
This is not part of your planning.
The
You need-
honeymoon.
I don't need to know your date and where I'm going.
No,
after.
yes, you do, because it's a whole package that a wedding is encompassing.
Okay.
So you have to think about the wedding and how it leads into your honeymoon. And if I know you at all, the first thing you're going to want to do is get on the baseball train.
All aboard!
All aboard the baseball train. But if you know, the baseball train
Of course.
only goes to MLB baseball fields.
We all know this. We all know
So we're going to have to kind of parlay this honeymoon.
this. Okay.
You're going to take the baseball train to the Rangers Stadium in Texas. From there, James, with your wife, dressed up as Halloween characters. You're going to walk
I'm gonna be so hungry because I'm a skeleton.
Yeah. You're going to walk to the site of JFK's assassination.
There's an X on the ground. Why do they have that there?
I don't know.
Anyone ever drive over that and be like, oh, I feel weird. I feel like a cold chill.
I feel like my throat hurts. And that's it, James. That's your wedding.
Gotta be honest, Patty. So long. Stop applauding. Stop applauding. Hey, Patty.
Yeah, James, what's your honest opinion?
Honestly, great work.
Thanks.
You hit
Dan.
a lot of good notes, man. I think you did a really good job. Little weird, but you know, I want.
But it'll
people
be memorable. Never forget.
I guess. How much do you think all this is going to cost me?
It'll run you probably $40K. But that's not
30
like,
of that is just to get Christiana to go in with you.
Yes, it's just to get enough fabric for her dress. Why would you say something like that to a beautiful woman like her?
Yeah.
Bill,
Let's get
let's keep going.
Yeah, that's about the price of a sail from a sailboat. We could probably use that.
I realized when
Glibbins.
I restarted the computer, I got to reopen your thing here. But you planned my wedding as well, and I'm very
Patty's like,
excited for
please,
that.
Patty's like, James, please. Oh, great. I think the audience really loves when we take a nice little tech break.
Yeah,
Well, Patty, you know, honestly, maybe didn't mark all the things that I would want to do. There's a couple things in there, and you're making me think about what I want to do for my actual wedding. And you know, honestly,
That's good.
Appreciate the effort. You know,
Yeah.
can't deny it. Let me have it because you always do it wrong.
Okay, well,
you always like take too long to do it.
I'm just trying to open it.
Well, do it faster.
It's
Is this what's going to be like when you're making chicken parmesan?
Let me go to the other monitor quick.
Patty,
Hold on a
Patty,
second.
you can't
just
leave
vamp,
mid-podcast.
Vamp for a second.
Vamp. I want to suck your blood. That's a little joke. Bill, you ever have sex with a black girl?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's not bad. Was she good?
No.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes luck of the draw, really. You never really know if something's going to be good or bad. Oh, this is Patty's perfect wedding. Oh, yeah. Which, is it the down button or the right button?
Oh,
You landed on that,
didn't-
knife I put on your side
Yeah,
of the bed.
I think.
Oh,
it
did you
cracked.
finally sit on that pee I left under your mattress?
The piece. Oh, by the way, news from bed audience. James, at one point, did you say this on the podcast?
I don't remember.
You were like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Patty, I think it would be really funny if I just pissed the bed. And I said,
Yeah, I was like,
James, that's the bed I have to sleep in every night.
yeah. Well, that's your problem. That's your logistical issue. of
Exactly.
having to-
It's my
But
problem.
I thought it'd be funny if, like, in the middle of the show, not morning Patty, I just start pissing myself.
It would be funny, but the thing is,
But like, I'll
is
lay
it visual? Like, if you wear pants like that, no one's even going to see.
Listen,
No one's going to hear.
I know Cumtown lore. I know Adam shat his pants,
Sure.
and that's like the most famous thing from the podcast.
I guess. And that was an
trying-
audio-only podcast.
See, so now we got the visual, so let's get pissing. I don't want to shit. That's so vulnerable.
All right, so
Pissing's
Patty's
hilarious.
perfect. Now, why did you put my name in pink with a Tony
Feel
Hinchcliffe
kinda
next to it?
violated when you do that.
James, is this going to be a gay wedding for me?
No. I just know you love the Hinge. I know you're active on Hinge, and you want to jump off a cliff. And I was like, wait a second. I'm putting that on the first slide.
Okay.
All right, so, you know, I had to think, my buddy Paddy, what do you do when you're planning a wedding for Paddy? You know, like, what is Paddy like? You know, what are Paddy's interests? What does he do? Clearly something you didn't consider, since I'm doing it in New York City and I'm dressed up as a skeleton.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to actually think about what you actually like. So maybe...
Oh, you're actually trying to
I'm
think about
actually
what
trying to
I
think about your
actually-
interests. So what does
sure.
Paddy like? These are all of Paddy's interests, and I'm trying to kind of conglomerate them a little bit,
Okay,
keep
so we
them all-
have, well, who is that? Revolution in the bottom left corner?
No, that's Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay, I didn't realize they were so
Black.
interracial.
Yeah, it's Darius Rucker, you
That's
racist.
the Hootie.
You know, Paddy loves Wawa. He loves weed. He loves sexy ladies on the beach.
Yep.
Of course, he loves his Switch too. Oreo cakes.
Oreo Cakesters.
He loves limes. He loves balloon
Kill
animals.
Tony.
He loves Kill Tony. He loves Hootie and the Blowfish.
What is the truck that's dumping dirt on top of my head? Is
No,
it
you just love dump trucks.
okay?
You're always, whenever
I
we're
did love
driving
dump
around, you're always
trucks.
like, dude, look at the size of the truck.
Yeah.
Look at that truck, dude. So what does the perfect wedding look like for my friend Paddy?
That's a good
Well,
question.
let's
Right now,
look
the
that up.
background looks great.
Hey,
That's like
I know how to
perfect.
do it right, man. So here's number one.
That's a weird number one.
Bees. You need bees all over Paddy's wedding. You thought it was going to be a gay wedding. You're wrong. It's a honeypot.
It's a
You know what?
painful wedding.
There's bees all over because Paddy's always going, oh. And so I figured bees would justify those
All of
Tourette's
those movements
that he already
Okay.
has. And
Is that what I look like to you when I make a point and I go like this? I look like I'm like swatting a bee.
Yeah, you look like you're swatting a bee. Like you're calling the SWAT team to
Okay.
break in on their Twitch stream of Mario Kart World. And so I just thought like bees would keep the audience a little engaged, you know, because that's what it's called. It's not called your friends and family. It's called an audience. And, you know, they'd be a little bit more engaged. They'd be a little bit on their toes. They'd be making sure they know where they are at all
Much
times.
like I would be engaged prior to this wedding.
Yeah. Oh. One can only dream.
Okay,
You know,
so
number
bees.
two most important thing I think we should have at Paddy's wedding, of course, Paddy's wedding party.
Right. Here we go,
You did a great
baby.
job, you know. And so of course I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know,
Why
you got
did you
Paddy
say
and Daddy?
Why'd you
Paddy
say
and Daddy.
you know?
Why did you say daddy?
Because you know the news from bad audience. I mean, have you read the comments?
Also, how have I never seen this photo of you in a Halloween themed
Well, this is moments after I
dive
got
bar?
married. Famously, my haunted wedding.
So this is in Dangerfields, like kind of late into the night.
Dangerfields before it reopened.
You're-
when
you-
the ghosts are wandering around.
Yeah,
Those
you're-
are all different Rodney Dangerfields. in the
Right.
back.
You're kind of feeling the baseball train ticket in your pocket.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
burning a hole in my pocket.
it's like we got to get on that
Gotta get
train,
on that
baby.
train.
I got
Harriet Tubman and Paul Giamatti are ready to go.
I gotta see you where JFK died.
I want to go jerk off. I want to consummate my marriage on the exact. I want to be in the book place where Oswald fired and my beautiful bride to be right where JFK got shot, and I want to bust my first load the full distance
Just right in her forehead.
right in her forehead.
Wow.
So of course, Chartreuse Rodney Dangerfield. is up there,
Sure. I think chartreuse starts with a C, but that's okay.
too. What are you spelling?
It's also, I think it's kind of a greenish color.
No, it's actually very yellow.
Is it?
It's like a yellow green, like a highlighter.
This
yellow
looks
green.
like piss, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, okay, so I'm glad that he's at both of our weddings.
Yeah, of course, he's one of our best friends.
That's true. But he's not in the groomsmen.
So also you got your crew of scumbag hometown predators.
Right.
I
There,
didn't really
there they
know
all
any pictures of them.
There they all
So
are.
there they are. This is like the crew of guys, you know, of course, Jimmy and
They all look like
Elijah.
Chris Kringle.
Yeah, they all look like young Chris Kringles. and,
Yeah.
you know, they're all just, you know, prancing around looking for young loose twinge to
Yep. That's what all of my
clasp onto, and they all look
married
like this.
30-year-old friends are doing.
Yeah, they're
Correct.
just perusing, you know. They call them the perusing, cruising doozings.
And why does it look like the guy second from the left is saying the text out of his nose?
Listen, I got to be honest. I put this effect on there when I exported it. All these lines appeared, and I was like, I don't really care. That's fine, you know. Just like
Yeah,
Chartreuse Johnny Dangerfield.
I'm so happy my friends are going to look
Yeah.
this good when,
oh yeah,
when I'm
dude.
older.
And they all look the same.
They do look exactly the same.
Okay, so you know, of course, you know who's going to be at your wedding.
I, of course, know who's going to
The
be
final
at my
member
wedding.
of your bridal party. Everyone knows.
Let's say it together.
Rich Get up! What a Rich go. Come on.
Come on.
What? You can blur it out. If
Rich
you don't
Kogel? my high school American Legion coach who may or may not have died.
Look at the ghost around you, Dave.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, you know, you'll know when he's there, you know?
I should have expected to see Rich Kogel.
was so nervous if you'd be mad.
Oh my god.
Of course he'll be there. Of course he'll be
man.
there. He said he wouldn't miss it for the world.
He wouldn't. You know a funny?
know.
You want to know a funny story about him?
Of course.
When I played baseball for him, thanks, Bill. Thanks for responding 10 minutes late to that. When I played baseball for him, I had to lay down a bunt. It was my first season. I was like 3 years younger than the rest of the team.
Oh.
So I was the bunt guy.
Yeah.
And I went to bunt, and I fouled the bunt off. And then I struck out.
That's the whole story?
The next day at practice, he goes, Paddy, get in the batting cage. And he just, I stood in the batting cage, and he goes, bunt. And I just held at the bunt. And for about 5 minutes, he just threw baseballs directly at my head.
Very upset.
Now he's in my wedding. I can't believe he's on my screen right now. I cannot believe he's on my screen. All right, get him out of here.
All right, what kind of food?
All right.
Paddy's wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't, okay.
Probably like, I don't know, like ham or something. I don't know. What are you guys? What are you and Mr. Coakley up there in Saugus?
We like hot dogs, hamburgers.
Okay, so pork, kind of just all ham.
Not
right?
ham.
Like ham is like...
Ham is like Easter only.
I don't know. Well, I'll be honest, Paddy, at this point, whatever.
Yeah, what I agree.
Kinda got, fuck you.
Okay, yeah.
I got bored, and you're kind of low-key gay for planning my wedding.
Wait.
So here's a better idea.
Wait a
I got
minute.
so bored. You're weird for doing that. Paddy versus the animal kingdom, baby.
Okay.
Let's plan this. Dude. Let's do a little bit of this for the action zone, dude. Fuck your wedding. Why are you planning my wedding? What possessed you to want to do that,
I care.
Yeah. Well, I don't. You know what, man? You gotta. So, Paddy, you're in the jungle, and you're hanging out, and of course, you're real scared, and you're shitting on the ground.
Okay.
You're crying, of course.
But I'm still like commentating.
You're like, oh, what?
I'm like, whoa, we're in a jungle, baby.
What are you?
You're gonna die.
You're like, this is you. Back it up. Get me out of the jungle. It's going in my tight little asshole.
Yep.
That's Paddy's
Classic
famous
bit.
So let's do our first. This is our first matchup. So this is a game of can Paddy defeat animals in the animal kingdom. So Paddy versus a tiger. Paddy, what do you think your chances are of defeating a tiger?
James, very low.
Of course, because the tiger definitely going to win.
Tiger's going to win.
I don't think you have a fat chance against that tiger.
Against that fat cat.
Tigre, the el tigre.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, what about a bee?
I think
Just a single bee.
I can beat a bee.
Listen, man. I think you'd come up on top on the bee one.
Good.
I think you'd actually come out on top for that one.
Yeah.
How about a polar bear?
Definitely going to beat the polar bear.
Why?
Because I have a Coca-Cola. I just throw it at the polar bear.
Oh, and he gets distracted.
He gets distracted, and then I nibble.
Yeah.
And the polar bear.
Slowly, and he's too distracted by the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, to even feel me nibbling. By that point, I've gotten halfway through his arteries.
Well, you're right, Paddy. You're definitely coming out on top. Maybe
know.
not because of the Coca-Cola, but over time, that polar bear is going to die from global warming.
Correct.
In any fight against a polar bear, if a man has enough time, he'll win because that polar bear gonna drown.
I don't think it's gonna drown.
What about Paddy versus an
Okay.
What a little
This is a little tougher than I thought. This is because this is a real who's who.
You're fucking stupid. So who do you? That's Hootie makes sense here.
Is he part of Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, he's
the
Blowfish. He's rich.
I think I fucked that owl up.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I think you come out on top if you have a gun.
Which I do.
And I think you're a little bit fucked if the owl has a gun.
I am, because the owl's actually holding the gun better than I am.
Yeah, that owl could fuck you up.
Why is his head so big? Why is that owl John all of a sudden?
Uh-oh. That owl is John.
Yes.
Thanks, Bill.
Now, Paddy, your final matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't plan your wedding very well.
Oh. You don't have to apologize. Listen, my wedding is a long way away.
Listen, man, I was doing it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I was looking at this picture, and I was just going, fuck this guy.
Let's kill him from
And I was thinking about all the animals that could kill you, and then I was like, wait a second. A gun, that thing. So, Patty, who's the ultimate matchup? Your perfect matchup in the animal kingdom?
I would have to say Rich Kogel.
Close. That's number one. Number two,
Jerry Melchior.
Jungle Paddy.
No way! Jungle Paddy?
Jungle Paddy.
Wow. Jungle Paddy.
Now,
Bow, bow, bow,
Now, Jungle
bow, 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 bow,
Jungle
bow,
Paddy has all the
bow.
things regular Paddy wishes he had. Flowers on his hair.
Yeah.
Green skin.
A nice neck beard.
You look Amish.
Yeah. I also have, I'm left-hand dominant, which is something I've always wanted.
Yeah, he's literally your exact opposite. Because you're City Patty. I don't know if he calls you City Patty and you call him Jungle Patty.
Bow, bow. Okay.
You know, Jungle Patty has a lot of advantage over you, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining what it would be like to do a hit in the. And if he wins, dude,
Are
I gotta
you
be in the bed with
you-
Jungle Patty.
Yeah, and you would go under the covers for Jungle
Course.
Patty?
I mean, I'm not gonna be outside the covers. Mosquitoes in the jungle. I'm not gonna get
the
mosquito in the jungle. Jungle Patty in the jungle bed.
So the podcast would have to be in the jungle.
Of course, it's gonna be in the jungle. I'm not going to the bed. I'm not gonna be on the bed. It's a Jungle Patty. Of
So
course, Jungle Patty's so much better at frisbee golf than me, dude. He fucking
fuck you,
sinking
Jungle
him.
Patty.
Fucking
Fuck
sicking
you.
him, dude. He's of nature, dude. He knows that the way of the wind, dude.
I even look at the way I threw it, and I'm just like, it's gonna go in.
This is Patty. Patty, whenever we play disco with Patty, he's like, I'm going to do one of these ones.
Yeah, and I do.
And he does it.
And
he's
they're
like,
so good.
he's like, dude, there's no girls.
Okay. Jungle Patty, yeah, great at everything.
Of course, he's got a harem of bitches.
Okay.
Of course, he's
Where
got
is he getting these
Christiana
women?
Jackson. Of course,
Yep.
Jungle
Oh.
Patty.
There he is in all his glory.
You know,
So Jungle Patty, okay, who's on the lower left or lower right there?
in the front.
Yep.
That's,
Who is that?
That's
Who are you going to say as a real person?
Lena Dunham.
Okay.
That's Lena Dunham.
Is that because she's
and
leaning?
that's Anna Hathaway.
Oh,
course.
Anna Hathaway.
There's my girlfriend's sister on the left, and bending over backwards, of course, that's Scan Hathaway. I don't know. I'm losing steam on the Jungle Patty train. So of course Jungle Patty will come out on top. I mean,
Yeah,
come on,
I mean, I can't-
Jungle Patty. Whatever.
I wouldn't even try to fight him. I would just submit.
Really?
Because when it comes to the jungle, it's like the apex predator wins,
That's right.
which is Jungle Patty.
Of course.
He
Well,
spent his whole
enjoy
life.
your wedding.
Oh,
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks,
to say
dude.
Rich Go.
hey, thanks for the F Shack, dude. Let's give it up for James, everybody. That's beautiful.
Yes.
I was shocked to see Rich Kogel in
Yeah,
there.
you fled.
I fled. I honestly got nervous. But
Because
that
you
I
thought he
think-
was going to throw another ball at your head.
exactly. I have traumaticism.
Kogel.
Rich Kogel.
Oh,
Oh, he's a big guy.
he is a big guy.
He's big. He used to walk
one of
out
those-
to the pitcher's mound and kind of waddle. It was great.
I always had coaches that didn't have a kid at the school or a kid at all, and I always be like, "Why are you doing?
Yeah.
You don't have a kid at the school." I'm like, "I'm sorry." Like if you're a
Yeah.
football coach for a high school or something, that's different. But if you're just
Yeah.
doing it in your spare time, do what you want to do. But it's always like, "Where's your son?
Yeah, where has he
Where the
been?
fuck's your son?"
So he was one of his sons played Division I baseball for he was from our high school. But I remember here's another
Prime number.
Yeah, here's another Rich Kogel story. Is we had a
This is the Rich Kogel experience.
Can I have another on? By the way, mine flipped out of my mouth.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the Kogel. Thanks for the Rich Kog.
There was we did a
the
trip
Klug
to Saratoga, and we had a
Richie Koga.
we had a baseball tournament
Is that
there.
his daughter, Rich Sarah Koga?
Listen, James. Silence. Silent. Why is this not silent? Silence.
I just blacked out for a second. Dude, I blacked out. I swear to God, it was an all-black room. I turned around. Rich Koga was standing over me. He said, "Wake up!"
There was a time where we were all it was me and 3 other guys were in a hotel room in Saratoga, and it was the last night, so all the coaches got wasted. And they would do this thing where they would come into everyone's room,
jerk off,
and just like they would just grab one guy and just throw him on the bed, and all of our coaches would dive on top of him. And they were all like 400 pounds. So
Why?
because it was just like a funny thing. They were all drunk. They'd throw a kid and just like literally all like pile onto him. It was very funny. And they came into our room and we were on chat roulette.
Oh, baby.
Trying to get boobs. So they come over, they're like, what are you guys doing over there?
We're like, Omegle guy myself.
We're like, we're trying to look at tits on chat roulette. He goes, let me see. We turn the computer around, hit the thing, a dick pops up. So now Rich Kogel thinks I'm gay. So it is good that he's coming to my wedding because I can prove to him that he was right.
Rich Kogel.
Ooh, the ghost of Rich Kogel.
You can prove that you're straight, Mr. Cougs. Richie Cougs.
Well, James, I'm so happy you brought that back. That made me laugh very hard.
Hey, man, it was worth it.
Do you have any? Are we going to do anything for this 4th of July?
I mean, you said, "Oh, if you want to come over, I can make some hot dogs."
Yeah, but wasn't sure if you wanted to like go somewhere after the Patreon or something. Or...
I guess.
Bill, what are you doing for 4th of July?
Yes.
Which is what he always says.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I was thinking maybe I would go outside because an old poon like me needs some sun. You always say
Stop calling yourself an
poon.
old poon.
What is a poon?
Old pussy here in America?
Is that what poon means?
Yeah, poontang, that uchiwali, that caramel sundae.
Yeah,
creamy
just because you're from
toon.
Africa doesn't mean you shouldn't like adapt to the culture
Creamy poon.
and learn the things that we have, right? Don't you think so?
Maybe.
Thank you, Bill.
Guys, I was hanging out with Paddy a couple days ago with my girlfriend, and I said if she ever died, that I'd probably, like in old age, just go become a priest. And Paddy said, "Me too."
Yeah, I did.
What does that mean? When
It
my
means
girlfriend dies,
I become
Paddy
a priest.
also becomes a priest
By proxy.
By proxy.
We can't have a priest and a non-priest in a bed. It's got to be 2 priests.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
One
funny if
bed.
we were both ordained priests doing this kind of podcast.
That would be pretty
The Pope
cool.
himself would say, "Can you put the effect on?"
Stop.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of new elements here at Newfoundland.
And
What do you think about this?
Gear light. I've just got my sleeping bag here. Gonna use
Let's
this
go back to the
inside a
beginning.
very busy intersection. And I got a camera.
I've seen this guy before.
So, just gonna kind of sit down by this power.
Hey, watch out for poison ivy,
I got
butter. You'll
some
become
gear
itch
in the
Kogel.
grocery bag. So, it looks
So this
like
guy,
just bring
he
it
That would
camps.
deserve more.
He
And
camps
I'm gonna
in
disappear
weird
into
spots.
like
this big,
weird
beautiful
spots.
Yeah.
untrimmed bush.
So right now he's at like
He's
an
like stealth
intersection.
camping in my
Homer disappearing
ex-wife's
in the
vagina.
As soon as this pedestrian crosses, I'll be safe to go.
Have you ever done anything weird like this, James?
I've done so many weird things, I can't even tell you.
But have you ever like climbed secretly into like a bush for a while?
I mean, I've broken into
There is a lot
buildings.
of room
Never just stood in a bush for a while.
you never like slept in a bush?
Yeah, sometimes I'll like see my
So the
friends
benefit of
before they
this
see
road
me,
noise
and I'll just
is
kind of
it's
watch.
really gonna
Definitely
cover
have
up
the
me
volume at full
talking,
volume while I'm
cooking, or
talking.
anything like
Definitely do that.
So down this
Definitely
way,
have me have to talk over this guy in my head, you know? Never done anything like this, but I like to like see my friends at a bar and just kind of watch them for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I'll just go stand in the corner and be like, I wonder what he does when he doesn't think I'm watching. And, you know,
Oh,
they always do.
That's good to know because let me guess, they pick their nose.
No, usually I'm picking my nose.
Oh, so that's
You
why
ever caught
you're
me
in
picking my
the
nose?
bush.
Be honest.
Probably. I can't remember. I'm such a nose picker. I
Yeah.
don't judge.
Thank you.
If someone else does it,
Hey.
I don't give a shit.
Thank you.
No.
Because I
problem.
have a lot of nose issues. My nose.
What does that mean?
When I was in high school, dude, I had to go get medication, and I still take today. That's allergy medication because I would have allergies, but they would not make me sneeze or my eyes water or anything else. I just had such a fucking itchy
I have
nose.
an itchy nose,
And I
yeah.
would just be like this all the time, like, because the inside of my nose would just drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because the pollen would get up in there and it would fucking rich coat.
Yeah, you're making my nose
fucking
itchy just
skin.
thinking about it.
Dude, don't sneeze.
I have the thing where I think I'm allergic to vibrations.
All right. What is that?
'Cause
Don't
I-
listen to the Beach Boys.
Because I used to.
Don't listen to Marky Mark. I'll tell you that.
I used to like
Vibrations.
play in a band, and by like the first hour of playing, there's so much like low vibration from the bass and stuff. My face would just start itching like crazy.
Really?
And I would just be like itching my face.
So
Yeah,
you'd be playing the drums itching.
itching, dude.
They're like, oh, looks like the third symbol is Paddy's nostril.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Oh, said it. Even the young
Rich Kogel. Rich was like,
Paddy, quit itching your nose. It's about time. It's time to stop.
Stop itching your nose.
Why is it that you itch your nose? If I hide in this bush a little longer, maybe my wife will think I'm not gay.
Paddy, I need you to understand. When you put the effect on, you have to say like 3 words because once you say a sentence, nobody
You
knows what you're
can't- you
saying.
can't
It sounds like, oh, no, 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 no.
yeah.
Dude, what is this? Like, listen, the internet's a wild place. You got to do weird stuff. Look at us. We're putting our socks out there. Guys are commenting on the colors of my toes on my socks. And that's just like a gamble. But for, like, we're doing this, like, the socks are incidental of the podcast because it's called News from Bed. And I inherited that name. Why is this guy doing this? What purpose does he have to hide in the woods and shit?
I just realized his purpose, James, and it actually has to do a lot with us.
Oh.
I think I figured out something.
He's stealth camping in the bed right now.
Rich Kogel!
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to hide in this bed during a podcast. And then we catch him. Yeah. I think this gave me a great idea for News from Bed.
In the bush?
We should have cameras like directly next to us on each side. Okay. So when we want to say something, we can like roll over.
Anyway, we have like little asides and it's like time freezes. So the other guy has to be like, anyway, guys, I had sex with a dolphin.
And then I'm like, so anyway, have you seen Alligator Alcatraz? I've talked to you about that, right?
Yeah, you're so excited.
I'm so excited for Alligator
Don't
Alcatraz.
know what stealth camping in Alligator Alcatraz.
So anyway, here I am at Alligator Alcatraz.
I painted my face brown to look like an immigrant, to look like a South American immigrant, to stealth camp in Alcatraz.
I honestly, he could just paint his nose brown because you can't see around that thing.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, is there a guy stealth camping behind that
Hey,
nose?
Patty, are these 3D glasses? Because I feel like that nose is poking at my thorax.
It is. What are you, lying to me?
Hey, what are you, Nokia?
He could stealth camp behind his nose.
Yep.
I just got to move some of this brush out of the way.
Hold on. Stealth camping inside my own nose.
Let's see what he has to say here.
We're not your friend. Just burped up major hot dog stank. Okay, so there's literally a rat inside my ass.
All right, good morning.
Morning. Not worth it.
I was
Why'd
pretty
I do
warm,
this?
But when my sleeping bag starts to do this,
I can jerk off into the bush. This guy's jerking off in these
zipper
places.
malfunction, it is time to pack up and head over for breakfast across the road to that
Imagine
A&W.
you're crossing the street and this guy just emerges
From the bush. Like,
bush.
with morning wood.
Yeah. Imagine you're like okay, Patty, imagine you're in high school and you're at baseball practice and you can't bunt the ball and you go and Rich Kogel invites you over and he goes, bunt, and he's throwing balls right at your head. In the middle of that, this guy emerges from Rich Kogel.
Like he was
Been
stealth camping
in his body
for 6 years.
Yeah.
I James,
Covert Kogel operation.
it's one of those situations. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just start whacking off like your friend.
Like my friend.
Sometimes that is the fight or
Who's
flight
my friend
response.
that's whacking off?
Remember you said you had a friend who like thought he was going to die, so he just whacked off.
It wasn't my. Yeah, that was a sleepover. was at a sleepover and there was a knock at the window and it would turn out to be our friend at the house we were at, the dad, because he was a little prankster.
Yeah.
But, like the other friend of my friend whose house it was, he was like, "Oh my God, we're going to die." And he put a blanket over himself and he pulled up a rough photo of Vanessa Hudgens and started jerking off.
That was, yeah.
And I was like,
about
why are you doing that? Yeah, I don't assume everyone watching the podcast has all the context.
That's the best photo to jack off to, is like a High School Musical 2 Hudge.
Yeah. You either get Hudge or you get Ashley Tiz.
Have you seen Efron lately, dude?
He looks like a shovel. Hey, Efron. You shovel?
Hey, Efron. What, are you going to clear my driveway?
Hey, Efron. Got a trench I got to dig in my yard so that this guy can stealth camp in it. Can I use your head?
This guy comes out of my yard. He was sleeping in my yard.
This guy's stealth camping in my yard. Zac Efron. More like Zac effed up your chin. He was like, yeah, I got in a car accident. Oh, did you get in a car accident at the plastic surgery hut?
Yeah. Did you get in a car accident with the guy from the Avengers who's bad? Thanos? His fist? Because you look crazy now. These photos don't even do it justice. There was one that was like very recent.
Click on one. Hey, Zach, you bloated?
Hey, Zach, where's the pussy?
Hey, Zach, what's in your face?
I mean, he looked so good.
He's like, yeah, I got into a car accident. Hey, Zach, did your chin hit the car before you did?
Yeah.
Why do you
storing nuts for winter?
Why do you look like Mount Rushmore?
He does have rescue hero head. Have you ever seen a rescue hero?
I don't know what that is.
They were like these toys. Rescue heroes.
You're so fast.
That was pretty quick, right?
Oh, hey.
Hey,
is
Zach.
that guy in High School Musical 2?
This is Zac Efron. He's turned into Randy Wrench. I don't know if that's his name. What is this guy's name?
Oh, Rich Coke?
Billy Blazes. Hey, Zach, why are you Billy Blazes now? You could have just been a guy in the movies. Now you're a hero.
Paddy's always like, hey, you know this thing? And it's just like a very obscure toy he used to play with.
That's exactly what he looks like.
Paddy was like, hey, do you know the My Scene movies?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Paddy, nah. Don't know that. Hey, Zac Efron, you were in the movie 13 going on 30. Now your 13-inch head is going on 30 feet around. Hey, Zac Efron. What's another Zac Efron?
Wait, what?
What's another Zac Efron? I don't want to embarrass myself if you're going to fucking
Hey, Zac Efron, what are you,
gay?
Yeah, what are the movies was he in?
I couldn't tell you.
Um,
These are your friends? Hey,
yeah,
Zac
hey,
Efron,
Zac.
that's your face.
Face that's really big. Hey, Zac Efron,
These are your chins.
what do you need a date for the wedding? Who are you gonna date? A tree so you look normal next to it?
Not that good.
Not that good. I mean, look at this hand though. It's ready to yerk.
Oh, I know why you remember these toys so well.
Yeah.
You used to put your pea shooter into the circular handhold.
I'd love to have
Billy Blazes, dude. Look at
Billy.
these fucking
Look at
tiny
this
little knees.
of these knees.
Hey,
These are
Billy.
like Tony Hinchcliffe knees.
You should get surgery like Zac Efron's face on your knees.
Yeah, if you put his head down here, it would at least look like they're not just going to fall off. Whoa.
Whoa, that's great. Whoa, no, just keep this up. No, hold on.
Okay.
Now draw. Wait, no, put one dot in the middle of the Come on, one dot in the middle of the blue. One dot in the middle of the blue. And that one in the middle of the black. You're not really doing what I'm talking about.
It's
That's
so
okay.
hard to do.
Now put a little line right there. Hey, this TV right now, when you put the face on it, looks like Zac Efron's head.
Welcome to News for Bed, everybody. We're starting now.
Starting now. The
We're
Rich
now warmed
Kogo
up.
Memorial episode, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in power.
I think he's still alive. I should double check before this episode airs. We are at the end of the episode, though, James. Are there any toys you'd like me to pull up?
Isn't there like a toy called like Seriously Fucked Up Martians or something? It's called like Messed Up Martians or something. Look them up. Like Whacked Out Martians. Look up like Martian toys.
Martian toys. What year?
06.
I'll just say early
2000s. Where are they? 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 Wait, click that. Wait. Click that one that you were just hovering over. Was that
this one or this one?
That one. What was that one? No, it's not that.
Martian Matter.
Hold on.
Marshall Matters. Matters.
Yeah, Martian Matters. No, not that.
This isn't the toy you were thinking of, James.
No. That's what they put in Zac Efron's head.
That does look
It's
like
an alien egg sack.
And they're like, "Oh, did we add too much to the chin there?"
Hey, this guy looks weird now.
This reminds me of like The Stuff, doesn't it?
It does look like
It says The Stuff aesthetic.
Oh, dude, they stole my thing. Gonna sue this website.
Well, anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Check us
Hey,
out.
Zac Efron, you were an iron claw? Your head looks like a lion's paw.
Looks like an iron flaw.
Get out of here.
Good night, everyone.
Morning.